Hey everybody, I want to introduce you and welcome you to our interview today. I have got the amazing Donna Swart here with me. Donna is a widow just like you. She joined our program, the Flow Method, not even 6 months ago. And when Donna joined, she was searching, she was looking for some way, somehow to move through her grief. And she made her breakthrough call with me, and I'm going to hand it over to Donna now, and she can actually tell you in her own words, Donna, how did you start? What made you make the phone call?
Well, my husband had passed away a year ago, October 30th, 2018, and he had Alzheimer's. So I actually feel like I started grieving for him long before he was ever gone, because his mind wasn't there and taking care of him and all that. And so we went through everything, and that was Christmas time, and my house was up for sale, and I just didn't have time to stop and think about how I felt. And I ended up moving twice.
Wow.
I finally bought a place where I'm really comfortable and happy in my home. But my personal life, I was just struggling with getting out of the house, or wanting to do anything, or where do I belong? What should I do? Who am I? I didn't even know anymore. And so I started searching around, and I'm so thankful I found you there. And everything that you said, and I watched the videos and things, and it all resonated with me. I need that help to be able to get somewhere, and realize that I still have a life to live myself.
Absolutely. And I think this is where a lot of and you're such an inspiration. You really are such an inspiration, because you basically grabbed life by the hands. You nursed your husband through Alzheimer's. You struggled to breathe, to come above water. But then you went, hang on, I need help. I need somebody to guide me through this minefield of grief, because grief is a minefield. And unless we have somebody helping us and guiding us, it's really difficult to do on your own. Would you agree with that, Donna?
Oh, I sure would, because nobody I knew had a clue. I went to a few grief counseling meetings. I don't know. I just didn't feel like I fit there, or they were, telling me to go home and, take care of yourself and whatever. And it wasn't working. So,
yeah. So before we worked together, tell me what was going on in your grief journey. What were you really struggling with?
Well, I was really struggling with, what am I going to do with my life? I just once I moved into my own place, I would just stay here all day. I kind of hibernate. It was even a struggle to go to the store. I just didn't have a clue what I was supposed to do, or what I should do, not necessarily supposed to do, but
so you were really isolating yourself. You started just retracting and isolating yourself.
Because I think the whole year of what went on, since he passed away, and then all of a sudden here I am planted in a new home, and I hadn't thought past that.
Yeah. And of course, it's well, who am I?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So what was the last straw that made you realize that you could no longer live with your grief? You could no longer isolate yourself. What was the last, the straw that broke the camel's back, when you said, I've got to do something now?
Well, just realizing that I'm sitting here by myself. I can't keep doing this. I need some help. And I need a path. I've always been a follower, so I have a hard time coming up with my own. I'm pretty good at it now, though. Coming up with my own things to do, or how to get out in the world and how to, I got married when I was 19. We were married for 51 years. So
yeah,
it's like,
it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime. To be married for 51 years, you lose who you are. You become an us, and he would have lost who he was in you, and you become an us, and then suddenly to find yourself a me, it's like, who is me?
I still find myself saying, we when it's just me and my dog, but yeah, quite a.
It is a change. It is a change. So, what other methods did you use before you discovered the flow method? Did you use any other methods? Was there anything else that you used?
Not really, because I was so going from one thing to another. It just seemed like I didn't have time to even think about much about what I, other than what maybe the grief counselor,
So you had been for grief counseling?
A little bit. I didn't really like it, so I didn't go back.
Yeah. So what didn't you like about the grief counseling? What was?
Well, I wasn't getting the feeling that that I could go on. It was just all the sadness and the. Of course, it is a sad time, but stories of other people, and I don't know. I guess I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I wanted something personal for me so that I could work through.
And did you find the flow program to be personal to you?
Oh yeah, it really opened my eyes to who I am and what I want to be. Yeah. And having you to talk to, it makes it really personal. Yeah.
Because it's really the flow program, and the flow method is designed to meet you where you're at in your grief journey.
Right. Yeah.
And did you find that us working together on a one-on-one was the key to your fast healing?
Well, I think so, because I really wanted to get through this, and I really enjoyed and appreciated how it made me think. I just felt like I'd been in this fog for so long, and it started clearing out, and I could see. I especially love the penthouse basement. I can do that to myself now. I don't want to be here now.
Yeah.
So I want to get back up where I belong.
So what I'm hearing you say is what the flow method and program's given you is tools that you
definitely
for the rest of your life.
Yes. And I use them all the time, and they come back to you.
Yeah. What are other people noticing about you?
Oh, that I'm happier. Because they would, especially my family, they would worry about me because I would be sitting here, or I wouldn't join in or whatever. But now, they've noticed that I'm a lot happier and enjoying things a lot more.
Yeah, enjoying life. I've noticed, I'm so proud of you because, in such a short period of time, and people don't believe, or they can't conceive, when you've been grieving for maybe years and years and years and years, and you've been in pain, that in 8 short weeks, your life changes.
Yeah, it truly does.
Yeah.
Especially someone like me. I mean, I just, like I said, I was in that fog, and I couldn't, it was just easier to sit and do nothing.
Yeah. And when you joined and you said, yes, you're going to invest in yourself, you're going to grow yourself, how did you feel within yourself when you made that decision?
Well, it's kind of like a little relief.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to do something. I'm going to enjoy life again. I'm going to get out there and find out who I am. So.
And is that your truth now? Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Out there and you know who you are now?
Yeah, we had that little bump in the road when we had the go to scatter my husband's ashes on his 1-year anniversary. That kind of slowed me down a bit, but I'm back at it now.
Yeah. So you had that bump in the road, but if you hadn't have had worked with the flow method and me, what would have been different with the way you handled that bump in the road with scattering your husband's ashes with help and without help? What would the difference have been?
I think I probably would not have felt that. It was just like we were all at peace. Mm-hmm. And I think had I not had all the tools to go bring with me when I did that, it might have been pretty disastrous 2 weeks in fight.
Yeah.
You know, we got out afterwards and we did things together and just enjoyed our time together, and we're happy that we finally let him rest in a place he wanted to be. So.
And then, of course, shortly after that, we had a one-on-one coaching call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what did you find with the one-on-one coaching calls? How did they help you?
Well, it's just like almost the accountability kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to be proud of me.
And I am very proud.
I wanted to do all those things. And so if you have somebody that's helping you through it all, they're going to listen to you, and you're going to want to do that for yourself. You know, where before I found it just easier not to talk to anybody about it.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a big part of the flow program is the support and the accountability.
Right.
Because you've got the program, which is the online part. Anybody can do that. But what happens is we all human, and when things get tough, what do? We shrink down and we go, I'm not doing this today.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't got that extra me there saying you can do this, championing you on, let's talk about it, let's have a call. What's happened during the day? What are you struggling with?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you would have had the change and the life that you've got now if you didn't have that part of the program as well?
Oh, probably not. I mean, I couldn't. You even helped me sleep better just by talking to me and giving me ideas. And I was struggling to sleep. And I'm not sure. I mean, maybe eventually, in a few years, I'd have got there. But who wants to wait that long?
Yeah, but what if you didn't get there eventually? You know, there's ladies.
True.
I know ladies that are still not sleeping, and they've been 15 years in there, and they're still crying because they're waiting for time.
Yeah, time. When you get older, you don't really want to waste your time.
You don't. You haven't got many years left to waste. You've got to do and embrace life every day. And, some ladies say, oh, but Denise, I'm too old to change. What would you say to them?
You're never too old to change. I've always kind of been the same kind of person. Yeah. And now people are starting to see me differently. So, I'm
they see
just happier.
So what have your kids noticed in you?
Well, that's just it. They notice that they, especially my son that lives close by, they don't have to worry about me so much. Mm-hmm. Did you sleep last night? Or they don't have to do that.
And what do you say now if they say, did you sleep last night? What do you say?
In fact, he asked me that this morning. I don't know why, but all of a sudden, well, I went to bed at 9:00 and I woke up at 6. So he was fine.
What's wrong with you, child? You know I sleep.
Yeah. It's just a relief for them too, because they worried so much about me.
Yeah.
And I don't like to have them doing that. So
No.
That's a part of it too. I want them to be comfortable and not be having me on the back of their mind all the time. They've got families and are busy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And, the investment in the program, would you say it was a good investment, or would you say it's not a good investment?
Oh, it definitely is a good investment if you want to live a life of joy, like your joy journey. And if you want to go on that, and you've been in grief and suffering and hurting and struggling, there's just no point. You've got to invest in yourself.
Absolutely. And I think us as women and mothers and grandmothers now, we're so used to investing in everybody else and everything else, that when it comes to investing in ourselves, we think not even twice about it. We think 100 times about it and then talk ourselves out of it because we're not worth it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. But you didn't do that. You said, no, I'm worth it. I'm going to invest in myself. And look at you now. Look at you now. You're radiant. You're bubbly. You're totally different lady to who I spoke to on our breakthrough call.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. And I like the way I feel too.
Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel with your confidence and your self-worth?
That is getting better. I'm still working on that because I have not always had a lot of confidence, but it's easier for me to, it doesn't matter. Just do it anyway. I can do it. So.
Yeah. And that's of course what you learned in the flow program is you
right. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say to other ladies watching this now that are sitting there going, oh, I don't know whether I can do this, I can't do this, maybe, what would you say to them that are thinking about joining the flow program?
Well, they definitely should, especially if you're suffering in any way, grieving, or no matter how long it's been, because you just don't have the time to waste being like that. If you need the help, you need to get the help. I mean, if you wanted to learn Spanish, you'd go pay to take Spanish lessons.
Yeah.
But this is you're investing in your own personal self and how you feel and how you're going to live your life. And if you need help in it and you're struggling, this would be the program to do it with.
Yeah. And you are a shining example of that. Age is no barrier, regardless of where you are and how old you are. I have ladies that are in their 20s, and I have ladies that are in their 80s. Mm-hmm. Grief is grief, and it doesn't discriminate on age.
Right.
Age is just a number.
Yeah, no matter how old you are, you want to be happy and enjoy your life.
That's right. Yeah. And this exciting thing as well is that you're joining us for our retreat.
Oh, I'm so excited to actually meet some of you that I've talked through on Facebook and meet you. Yeah, have our glass of wine. And
absolutely, you and I are going to have a glass of wine.
We will.
Thank you so much, Donna, and thank you so much for investing and sharing your story with other ladies and passing it forward, because this is what it's all about, is healing one widow at a time and passing it forward. And that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, that's what I would love to do. It's always good to help someone else. So.
Yes. And you now have the tools to be able to start helping others because you know how to help yourself.
Right.
Not that you're going to go out there and go and start a business now or go and be a grief coach, but if somebody comes to you now and they're grieving, you're better equipped now to be able to help them with certain things.
Yeah, and not say all the things that people always say to you that you don't really want to hear, like, takes time, or get some rest, or leave you alone, or whatever. you really don't want those things.
No, no.
Yeah.
So it's been, what would you say the biggest benefit of you joining the program has been?
Just the fact that I can see who I want to be, and I can work towards that now.
Yeah.
Or before I just didn't know what I was supposed to do, or what I should do, or I was letting everybody else guide me, and now I'm the boss. So
yes.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss of me.
The boss of you. You have purpose now. You have clarity, and you know where you're going.
That's true. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, Donna, it's been absolutely amazing speaking to you today, and thank you so much for sharing. And ladies, if you want to speak to me, book your call with me. It's livingbeyondgriefandloss.com/talk. If you want to get the results that Donna's got through working with me and working through the Flow program, don't sit back and think, oh, it would be nice, I wish I could. Just make that call. Let's have a chat and let's see where you are in your grief journey. So that's livingbeyondgriefandloss.com/talk. Thank you, ladies. Speak to you soon. Bye.